And that's what it's all about, spreading love the best way you can, about fellowshipping. And that is the best memories that you can possibly give kids. And, you can give yourself, about just fellowshipping. And I think that's what Thanksgiving meant to me, this year. I don't. Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is about improving our relationship with nutrition and exercise to achieve success in our fitness journey. And I will help us do just that. But first, I want to know, how was your Thanksgiving? I'll let you know about mine, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a personal trainer that will focus on you to help achieve success in your fitness journey? If yes, please book your in-person or Zoom one-on-one personal training sessions with me, Christian Evans, at christiansweightsuccess.net.
Are you hungry but only have 30 minutes to meal prep? Then download my new e-cookbook, What's a Meal Prep, at successfitnessstore.com. You will get 3 step-by-step written and visual recipes for one high-protein meal that's under 600 calories. I'll help you cook fresh salmon, steam fresh broccoli, and quinoa in under 30 minutes to help you stay on track of your fitness goals. So go to successfitnessstore.com to download your copy today. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Success Fitness Podcast. And complete transparency, I am legit just winging this one today. I'm just freestyling this one because I wasn't prepared. I have been diligent over these past couple months of actually uploading weekly of the podcast. And for those who have been following me for a while, know I can fall into my slothful slump sometimes of not being prepared, but I will actually date this. Today is December the 3rd, 2022, and I normally post every Sunday at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm going to record this today and then have all this uploaded. And I still got to do a video too. Well, the video version. So I have my work cut out for me today. So it is approximately 1:32 p.m. on this Saturday afternoon. And I want to know, how was your Thanksgiving? You can comment below if you are listening on YouTube, or if you are on Anchor, you can leave me a voice message, or if you are on iTunes, you can leave a review about this podcast episode, about how was your Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was probably about the best that I've had since I moved into this house. I was not planning on having Thanksgiving or cooking Thanksgiving, but I ended up deciding to. Our friends are in town, and I was asking them, hey, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving? And they pretty much said, I don't know. And, they have kids. I have a soft spot for kids. And I said, you know what, let's do something. That way, the kids can eat. I love it when the kids eat. I have nieces and nephews, and I love when they come over and I just feed them. And I feed them. This is, I guess, something that is, I wouldn't say genetic. I don't want to say that. I don't have that word or that phrase to properly display or articulate what I'm trying to say. But my family just has a tradition of just cooking. My grandmother, my mother loved having, people over during the holidays and just cooking. So maybe that is something that I still just have and I love to do innately. And so we end up cooking. All right. So what I did, I end up cooking. What did I cook? I cooked 4 slabs of pork spare ribs. I cooked my world famous smack and cheese. I'm keeping that one close to my heart. I'm not going to do a video on that one. I've had many people challenge me, and that's what came about on Thanksgiving. I had some people challenge me, like, oh, my macaroni and cheese is better than yours. I'm like, okay, whatever. But theirs were good. I have a creamy mac and cheese. Some people have more of a baked mac and cheese, but they're all good. Comment below on what your favorite style of mac and cheese is. So I'll fix that. I also fix some collard greens with smoked turkey. Now I do actually have that video up on my YouTube channel, how to cook collard greens with turkey. What else did I actually cook? I really didn't cook that much. And I had chicken wings, right? Yeah, and I cooked some chicken wings on the smoker. Now, the story about the smoker, right? I had posted this on my Instagram and also my YouTube shorts. I'm trying to get more into YouTube shorts, but you post on Instagram, then you post to Facebook, and then you got to go to this app and upload to YouTube, whatever. But it is on there. So my friend, he somehow got a hold of a smoker, a master built 40-inch electric smoker. Now, I have always been a traditional charcoal wood chunk smoker, right? Put your food in there. You don't start your fire with, paper in the chimney. As far as with the charcoal, I don't use lighter fluid. I just use paper, and I have they call it like a chimney smoker or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't really think of it right now because, like I said, I'm legit just freestyling it right now, but it's all good. And I always thought electric smokers were like a cheat, and it's like, that's not the real way to cook. This smoker was, best way to describe it, I just fell in love with it. This thing was huge. Again, it's a master built 40. It was 40 inches. 40 inches, I believe that's 40 inch tall. I don't think it's 40 inches wide. But anyway, it had like a glass door on it. Again, you can go to my Instagram and see that. But I was able to do, what did I buy? I bought like 20 whole wings, and then we had like a flank steak, and I put it on there. That was my first time ever using an electric smoker. Excuse me. My first time using an electric smoker, and I was just blown away by it. It was so simple. Now, with traditional charcoal smoker, for those of you who are listening who barbecue or smoke, whatever you want to classify it, the frustration of keeping the temp with charcoal, right? Depending on the weather, the wind, there's so many different factors, right? Space in your smoker and everything like that. I've been experimenting with smoking since maybe about 2016, 2017. I can actually remember I broke my juice diet, my juice fast one day. I had this weird quirk that when I was on my juice fast, when I was doing nothing but, pretty much, liquids and soups and everything like that, I would just watch television shows of people cooking food or eating food just to try to see how strong-willed I was. And I didn't break. I didn't break on most things, right? I'm like, do I really miss this? Do I really want this? Do I really want this right now? On certain shows or whatever it is, one of my favorite television shows to watch was Chopped. Was Chopped, to see how people would make something on the fly and under time, and when they don't know the ingredients they're going to make until the judges tell them, hey, you have these ingredients for this time to make this, and go for it. That was my favorite show. But somehow, some way, I found my way to watching Barbecue Pitmasters on Netflix. And for some odd reason, all of the barbecue just really broke me. That really broke me for some odd reason. I remember watching one episode and I was like, my mouth was watering, and I said, I have to get a smoker. I have to get a smoker. And I ended up getting a little 10, 12 inch propane gas grill. Again, it wasn't a smoker. I had no clue what I was doing. I'm like, I'll take the cheap way out. I'll try this, right? And that didn't work. I think I burnt a slab of ribs that really couldn't even fit on this little 10-inch propane grill or whatever, right? So I went out and found a ECB smoker. Some call it an El Cheapo Brinkman. I believe it was Brinkman. It was two layers on the inside, and it had a water pan that goes underneath the first initial rack. And I learned how to smoke my ribs on there, or just smoke food on there. The reason why I sought that one out, my cousin Shad, God bless his soul, God rest his soul, he initially showed me how to, years ago before he passed away. I remember it was a Thanksgiving. We were, I think it was one of the first Thanksgivings after my mother had passed, and we were in the garage, and it was really cold, and he was barbecuing. And I was kind of mad because I knew the smell wouldn't leave the garage, but he showed me some gems on this ECB, and he had smoked a turkey, and it was like the best turkey that I believe that I've had in a long time, or since then. I don't think I've had one since then. And I think we barbecued a couple more times after that, but I would watch him. How he would cook and take notes from him. And so that is the reason why I sought this ECB Brinkman out. And so I started using that one on my own, and, just trial and error. I burned many of ribs here and there, and just dealing with the ups and downs of charcoal and what types of wood and the timing and going back and forth and the meat and everything like that. And so fast forward to this Thanksgiving, is now that, I'm years into smoking and barbecuing and preparing food, this electric smoker was something just foreign to me. I'm like, I don't want to do no electric, smoker like that, kind of prior to Thanksgiving. But I'm like, you know what, let's see how it works. Because I don't have the ECB anymore. I have a charbroil smoker that my uncle and my aunt purchased for me for my birthday years ago, right? Years ago. It was the 4th of July, and probably about 2015, 2016, somewhere around there. And we were at the 4th of July in a Chicago suburb for my other uncle's yearly 4th of July celebration. And they left me in charge of cooking. So my uncle, and he had this charbroil smoker too. And I cooked some, I cooked some ribs, and I think I cooked some catfish on there. I remember that. And everybody liked it. And so, to my surprise, later on, a couple months later, which was my birthday, this is my birthday month, December 15th. It is a national holiday, so everybody take off of work. If they ask you why you didn't come to work, to say it's a national holiday because Christian said it is. And it's a paid holiday too. Make sure they pay you. So with that being said, they bought me this charbroil smoker, right? And, I was able to put it together and everything, and I had to put it together myself. And I do have that video up on my YouTube page. Man, I've been doing a lot of videos for a lot of years, but I was able to learn how to smoke on that one. So all this progression of traditional charcoal smoking and barbecuing led me to my belief, like, okay, this is the only way. Like what they say on The Mandalorian, this is the way, right? So I never really gave any credence to electric smokers. And this 40-inch master-built electric smoker changed my life. It really did. And so, when I got it the night before, it was like, okay, we only got it just for this cook. And, I cleaned it out and, YouTubed it on how to turn it on and everything like that. And did a little dry run the night before, make sure it turned on, make sure it, heated up to the highest capacity and everything like that. And it was all good. So the next day, put the chicken on there, and I still had my traditional charbroil smoker, my charcoal one. That one did the ribs. I put the ribs in that one just to be safe. But the chicken, I wanted to make sure it had a constant heat, because the thing about charbroil smokers is that, or charcoal smokers, sometimes the heating elements, or the consistency of heating can be challenging. And that can be challenging, right? And so the chicken turned out perfect, and the ribs turned out good too. But the main focus, I was focusing more on the chicken, because I was using a different cooking method that I had never used before. And everybody loved it, right? And from there, I'm like, I gotta have one. I have to have this exact one. And so the quest begins. The quest begins to see how much this thing costs, where can I get it from, all of that. And, I was telling people about, I'm like, hey, you know what? This smoker, I was using the smoker, and, I was getting asked some questions from clients, and he said, one of my clients said, you know what, have you looked on Facebook Marketplace? And I'm like, no, because recently I deleted my Facebook app. I'll tell you about that later. Or, you know what, just message me, send me a voice message. Matter of fact, if you want to know why I deleted my Facebook app, send me a voice message if you're on Anchor, and I can best explain that. That might be another podcast. But anyway, I'm like, okay. He sent me a link to somebody who was selling it on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm so excited. And I'm inboxing people about, this smoker, right? And I'm just asking, do you got 4 racks? Does it come with 4 racks? And some people said yes, some people said no. And from that standpoint, I had to make a decision. One person said, you know what, it looked pretty much brand new, had all 4 racks and everything like that. And so, okay, I go to meet him. This is yesterday. Matter of fact, Friday. Yep. Matter of fact, Friday. And so I meet him, and he hands me the smoker, or he pulls it out of his truck, and he makes his way over there. I'm like, this is small. This is smaller than the one before. Now, this one, this master built 40-inch smoker, it comes with a glass door, right? Or the one that I was cooking on had a glass door. I made a decision to say, you know what? If I don't get the glass door, then I would be fine. I would be totally okay with that, because I'm a self-proclaimed bam bam. I break everything just by merely just touching it. So my paranoia said, you know what? Let's try to see if they make one without this glass door, because chances are I will probably break this one way or another. And if this door cracks or breaks, then I won't be able to use it anymore, right? So I'm like, I came to a conclusion and said I'll compromise. I will compromise and just keep this one without a glass door. And so when he pulls this one out, I'm like, man, this thing looks smaller, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's whatever. But I bought it, and I'm driving home, and I'm thinking like, man, was I moving too fast? You can be so excited about something that you forget to cross your T's and dot your I's. You're not asking the right questions because you're just excited about what you could potentially get. And I look back at the messages, and I never asked him what the size was. I was just asking, did he have 4 racks? And when I came back home, and I immediately went upstairs to my desktop computer. Well, not even desktop computer, my iMac, Team Apple over here. But when I did that, and when I look back at everybody's messages that I was messaging, nobody had a 40 inch. When I thought about it, when I look back, I'm like, okay, all of these are 30 inches. So this smoker that I have now is 30 inches now. And I was happy. I was happy. I'm like, man, was I moving too fast? And the reason why I went to Facebook Marketplace, 1, because, my client told me about it. And 2 is that when I kept looking on Master Built's website, I could not find the exact one I was cooking on for Thanksgiving. Come to find out is that I guess they discontinued it. It was like a Sam's Club exclusive. Now, I go to Sam's probably 2 or 3 times a week. How could I not see that? How could I not see that over these past couple of years? that had been there. And maybe that's because I never paid attention to electric smokers. But with that being said, Sam's Club, they did write me back when I inquired about, hey, can y'all get this in? And they did write me back, and they said this has been a discontinued item from the manufacturer. If anything changes, we'll keep you posted. Cool. I love that. So shout out to Sam's Club. Shout out to Sam's Club for that one. So that's why I end up looking on Facebook Marketplace for to see if anybody had the 40-inch smoker. But the closest person that had one was somewhere like in Kentucky. I'm in Illinois, so I'm not driving that far to, get that. So anyway, so I said all that to say is that I bought the electric smoker, same brand, Masterbuilt, but this one is 30 inches, and it comes with a stand and a cover, and it works like a charm. I am in love. I threw some ribs on there last night, and some chicken wings on there last night as a dry run. Currently, right now, as we are speaking at 1:50 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, I have some catfish fillets on there, and I also have some bacon. On there, just to try it out, do a dry run. So it has, 4 racks, and it smokes like a champ. And so I am in love with electric smokers right now. And this all came from our Thanksgiving. Everybody loved the chicken, how it turned out. And my girlfriend was like, we got to get a smoker. We got to get electric smoker. You got to do these again. And so that's why I was on the hunt too for the electric smoker. And so we got that. Going back to Thanksgiving, everything went right. Everything went well, especially going from we didn't really want to do Thanksgiving. We normally host Thanksgiving every year. And sometimes, it gets to a point to where it can be a lot, to make sure your house is clean, make sure you buy the food, make sure you cook the food, prep the food, and, host. And it was all good. The kids ate. And I know I love it when they came up to me and they said, can we get some more? And I'm like, you can have whatever you want. You do not have to ask. But I love kids with manners, and they were just checking in to make sure, they could get what they wanted. And that's what it's all about, spreading love the best way you can, about fellowshipping. And that is the best memories that you can possibly give kids, and you can give yourself, about just fellowshipping. And I think that's what Thanksgiving meant to me, this year. I don't my mother's not here, my grandmother's not here, my cousin and my aunt, my aunt who actually bought me the smoker that I was smoking on, she's not here. And that can be tough. We can all have moments. I have a couple clients whose mother had passed, right before Thanksgiving. I know that was tough. This can be a tough time for those who have lost somebody, and you will never get that person back. And as harsh as it sounds, it's so true. It's just true. Life can be tough, especially around these holiday seasons. We got Christmas coming up. We got New Year's coming up. I have my birthday, again, national holiday on, 12/15. And it is tough. And you go through life trying to be normal, have some type of normalcy after that happens. And the truth be known, nothing will ever be right. And you have to find you have to find a different path, right? You have to find your different path to, I can't even say substituting that love, because that will almost be blasphemous. But you have to find your own way to love again. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to find your own way to love again. And for me, it's fellowshipping. It's fellowshipping with people. It's cooking for people, making people smile by the food that I can cook, the joy that I can bring, the warmth that my home can offer, and just open and have a good time. We had people over, kids were eating, friends stopping by for plates, and, taking as much home as possible, because a lot of times we have so much food left over that we're just eating leftovers for days, and it's tough to recover. You're in a carb coma for a couple of days, and then it's like, okay, I got to get my life right. And then again, it's my birthday, and then my girlfriend's birthday is a couple of days later, and then it's Christmas, 9 days later after that, and then New Year's. So it's a lot. Then trying to maintain your healthy lifestyle or just fitness lifestyle, after that can be challenging. But the best way to try to overcome the challenge is just to deal with it. Is one workout at a time. Just get up, whether it's go walking or if you're eating. I need personally to get more into the habit of, after I eat at night, is to at least like walk on my treadmill for about 15-20 minutes, something. And I made a podcast about that about last week. My last podcast was about that. And just try. Just try. I was talking to a couple ladies at the gym, at Gold's Gym, where I'm at, and we were just chatting about their workout. Just lady, she always works out with her friend, and I was asking them, okay, what kind of workout you all doing today? And she was like, a full body, and we got to stay on top of everything because it's post Thanksgiving and pre-Christmas and pre-New Year, so we're just in here. And I'm like, you know what? That makes so much sense. Despite everything was going on, you're still fighting, you're still challenging yourself, and you are still trying to, enjoy your life and trying to stay on top of your fitness and everything like that. But let me know in the comment section how your Thanksgiving was. What was your highlight? What was the best thing about your Thanksgiving dinner and your Thanksgiving celebration? And I also posted a video of everything that we had on Thanksgiving. I won't tell you all here because this is running a little bit too long right now, and I have to go check on that catfish right now. So you can look on my Instagram or my Facebook group, Success Fitness Family. I have to make sure I post there too. My video of what we had for Thanksgiving. But if you found inspiration in today's podcast and would like to support, then sign up to my weekly newsletter, the Success Fitness Newsletter, to get 10% off my new e-cookbook, What to Meal Prep for Beginners, when you click the link in the show notes. It includes 3 recipes for one high-protein meal under 600 calories, step-by-step written instructions, video tutorials, and a free workout ebook. The link will be in the show notes. And this brings us to the end of another episode of the Success Fitness Podcast. Thank you for listening. And remember this: when the pressures of life begin to weigh on you, the mentality of more weight must set in. The only thing that situation can do is make you stronger. If any situation is not making you stronger, simply chant more weight, more weight, more weight. #more weight. Peace out. Did you achieve success in your fitness journey and want to share it with the world? Are you a health or fitness professional that can share your expertise to help those who haven't yet? If yes, then you could be my next guest on the Success Fitness Podcast. Click the link in my bio to sign up, then set up your profile. Once set up, book your slot. I hope to have you on my podcast soon.